can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it. The morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. Know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, April 1st. Is it an April Fool's joke here? Just moments ago, the president announcing that they've received a request for a ceasefire or maybe an agreement, but we'll see. We'll see here. Expected to address the nation tonight, so maybe it's a coincidence. But there is certainly some breaking news, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know the markets don't like it so far. They prefer war. So good to see you guys here, everybody. We're getting ready to go for our sports betting day, and it's going to come early, quick, and often. You know, there won't be much going on. Well, we have NBA tonight, and also the college basketball crown tonight is underway. Will be underway tonight. 2 college basketball games tonight. Also some NHL, but it's all about the day games here. And don't forget, we'll have the guys here at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific for their betting show, the baseball betting show coming up here in a couple of hours, 2.5 hours from now. And they're going to be right up against the window right there. They'll be giving out their picks, giving out their analysis, and the games will be fired up and ready to go today. So it's the first. Yeah, we had opening day. Those were day games, but we have really the first kind of day games regular season card here, and it's all about the day games today here in Major League Baseball. And get ready to go here with our previews in that in just a moment, and we'll say hello to the folks in the chat and get rolling here a little bit as we get moving along and talk about some of the games from last night. Let a few people stroll in here, and then we'll preview the games. And that's it, man. We're going on here. Major League Baseball day games today. But we did have some overnight games as well. We had some winners last night here. We'll just talk about them real quick and some of our picks here with the games in Major League Baseball here last night. We did have some winners on the Morning Steam show here yesterday. I'm trying to find them here, but including the Red Sox and the Astros game there to go over as Astros pounded the Red Sox there early and often with their doubles and homers there yesterday, but mostly it was about the man for Houston. Talking about Yordan Alvarez, he had a home run and RBI double. No man has amassed a greater success against the Boston Red Sox in the history of baseball than Yordan Alvarez. If he could play the Red Sox every day, he'd be the greatest player that ever lived. But Alvarez and the Astros get the win there in that one. We did have the overs, our play yesterday here on the Morning Steam. Also, Morning Steam winner, Yankees and Mariners game to go under. Stanton, RBI single, RBI double. Stanton, I think known for slow starts, right? And kind of questioning whether or not he really had totally anything left. Look, he's got a good position in the batting lineup. He's taking advantage of it right now. There'll be slumps, I'm sure, for Stanton, but right now he's hot. And the Yankees are hot. They won 5-0 there over the Mariners here, and a good pitching matchup again today. But Yankees so far 3 shutouts in 5 games, and we hand them the trophy here already. I know Mikey Money was on the Yankees there yesterday. So hey, we had morning steam winner here with Colorado and Toronto in the win there for Toronto with Max Scherzer looking pretty good in that start there. We had the Blue Jays and the under there yesterday. Had the winner here on the show, of course. Also, a morning steam winner with the Angels and the Cubs game to go under. We talked about the wind and what it would be like, and look at the same exact weather forecast it looks like here today. In fact, the total in the game today is 6 flat. It's April. We'll see about that, but it does feel like could see a repeat because wind's blowing straight in from left field, and you got considering the pitching matchup here today in the Cubs game with Kikuchi going up against Boyd, 2 left-handers pitching right into the teeth of the wind of the right-handed swinging bats, and that wind blowing in from left field. The total probably should be 3 in the game. I'm half kidding. But also had the winner there yesterday with the under in that game. Also, a morning steam winner here yesterday, Tigers and Diamondbacks game to go over in that one as the Diamondbacks were able to get a high-scoring win over Detroit. They had 6 runs in the 8th inning to overcome a big deficit and went on for the win there. And we had the Dodgers on the run line. Seemed easy, but we took it anyways. And Ohtani and the Dodgers with a convincing, easy victory there over the Guardians, 4-1 yesterday. So, all right, thanks for joining me here. Real quick, we're going to go look at the folks here in the chat joining me, say hello, and then we'll pretty much get started. Maybe we'll recap a little bit in the NBA here. Flea Mathis is here today. Twisted had a couple of winners there yesterday, and he's got his picks already here for us today. Take a look at his plays also, and talking about some other games that he likes too. We got steam right now. Hello. Some steam coming in here with the Washington Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Some steam to the under here in this one right now with Cade Cavalli and Christopher Sanchez. And man, that thing was 8.5, and that didn't last long. Right now it's down to 8 over here right now. That's a steam to the under here with the Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Sanchez was incredible in that first game, and why wouldn't he deal today against this Nats team? Steam to the under right there, Washington and Philadelphia. Good morning to Cash King. Who is the first to fool Ramon? How many times today can Ramon get fooled on April Fool's Day? There it is. There it is. Nuke's trying it, I think, there. I don't know. But there's no doubt the Blue Jays here, looking pretty good so far. Man, got to be pretty pleased with the way things are going in Toronto right now. They'll take on the Rocks again today in Getaway Day. We'll preview that one, but it's going to take more. Going to take more than that to get it going here. But let's find one. Let's try it subtly. Here, Johnny Walker's here today. C. James is here today. And let's see who else is here today. We've got Nick Handy there as well. And let's see. Greg says Charlotte. He had Charlotte to roll there in that one. And let's see. Twisted talking about the Reds here possibly today. Ron Hahn's here. Man, we haven't done that in a while. I guess Ron sleeps in. Robert McCormick's here. Good morning. Jordy is here as well. And let's see who else. Greg Gibson. He's got some plays ready to go, I think, for today. We're talking about his winners yesterday and him the Great. as well here. So, all right, yeah, we had some winners there in baseball, but let me talk about some NBA here real quick. I think we were able to find some winners on the morning steam yesterday here with the schedule. Let me take a look here real quick. We have tennis action going on today. We've also got some international. We saw big news there in soccer yesterday. Italy not going late night. Iraq with the win there over Bolivia or Iraq. How about that? With that win, the game was played in Guadeloupe, I believe, and Iraq with the win there, 2-1. Late night there is the last entry. The midnight at the World Cup, I think what could call it there in that one. But let me see what else we had. There were the NBA games there yesterday. Tell you what, I mean, we don't want to make too much fun of it here. And look, I don't know if you had the winner yesterday. The under there in Phoenix, Orlando, felt like it landed right on the number, but some might have lost. I don't know if I can even call it a win. But today, this NBA card, I mean, it shows exactly how bad the product, what's going on with the NBA, right? Yeah, we had a few markets open, immediately go back up to give away that those losses since the president's announcement. Quick raise there. But anyways, just goes to show you right now, you look at the spreads in the NBA today, and the way things are going, just the way the matchups landed. Yeah, yesterday we were pretty lucky to get some close games. Today, almost every game is double digits here, tankathon games. So really bizarre. We had the Hornets over the Nets. They did crush them there yesterday. Morning steam winner, Knicks and Rockets game to go under. That was a winner. Also here with morning steam winner yesterday with the that was it. Hockey here though. Boston Bruins crushed Dallas. We did have the Bruins here as our morning steam winner there yesterday, and also winner here. Yeah, hockey was rough early, and then we kind of got some winners late, at least there with the card. We did have. The Carolina Hurricanes over Columbus late was a morning steam winner. Jets on the road over the Blackhawks, a winner in Edmonton in a shutout there, but not great. Finished under 500 there yesterday in the NHL. Okay, we're not going to waste any time though, because with our morning crew coming and the MLB action here, almost all of it is daytime. No late night action out west, but there are two evening games. Here, one is a late game out west with the Dodgers, but it's really a twilight game in LA here with the Guardians and the Dodgers, and the Royals will play a night game since their series is not over. But other than that, all the other series are getaway day games here. And let's see who else rolled in, and then we'll get started with the show. Don't forget, you can get more picks from me here with winnable.com/Ramon. I'll try probably some tennis here today. College baseball was just okay, I thought, yesterday. I think we actually finished under 500 again there. So did have some good winners there yesterday in college baseball, but I'll be trying again today. So please go over to winnable.com/Ramon. You can pick up my latest episode of Cover the Spread as well. But NHL, we did have a couple of winners there in the premium department with Columbus and Carolina game to go over, and Chicago and Winnipeg to go over, but really just finished kind of a 500 day there yesterday. And in baseball, I could only manage that Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game to go over. There was a winner. Had Turkey over Bosnia-Herzegovina, but I mean a Turkey over Kosovo. I thought Italy would not lose that game to Bosnia-Herzegovina and make it to the World Cup, but did not. Looked poor there, and they are on the outside again. Man, weird that a team like Italy and a history. They just won the World Cup 20 years ago and not going again for the third straight World Cup there. So, all right, did have some college baseball winners there anyways. Yesterday we had UCLA there late but that was really UCLA there, and that was, man. Okay, we better just get to the action here. We had Nakashima over Martin Dam Jr., and that was pretty big. I was saying damn. All right, go to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Okay, a few more folks rolling in here. And let's see. Steve Leptirian is sliding in here, joining us. Blake is here today as well. And let's see. Cash Kane ready to go. And I'm ready to go, I think. And Cash Kane was saying, we're on the good pitching, and I think he's saying we're on the good pitchers here. We're kind of recycling here a little bit. We're starting to see some of the top of the rotation a little bit here today, I think is what he's saying. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's see what's going on here right now in the chat. Okay, here we go. All right, it's all day games here. 12:15 Eastern, 9:15 Pacific, with the Athletics taking on the Braves. They got Severino going here for the. I told you, said the good pitchers were in here. Here's Severino. Here's Severino going up against Chris Sale today for the Braves. In this one, you've got Braves here, $2, $2.10. It looks like right now. Let me take a look at the latest line. It would be a good idea. But we do have the lineups actually in for this game already. That's how fast these games are coming along here today. For the Athletics, Wilson, Ibanez, Langoliers, Rooker, Muncy, Soderstrom, Wins, Hernandez, and Clark. For the Braves, Acuna, Baldwin, Olson, Riley, Yastrzemski, Albies, Harris, Smith, and Dubon. So we do have those lineups in here right now. The A's were able to finally get on the board this season with a win there yesterday over Atlanta, as they took that win 5-2. Atlanta did bring up the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning, but A's were able to get their first win of the season. They're 1-4. Atlanta's 3-2 here coming into this one. The Atlanta's 1-4 to the under. I'm sorry, 0-5 to the under so far this season, and the Braves are 1-4 to the under here so far this season. Wow. 1-9 to the under between these two teams combined. Now the total here is sitting on 8 under 20, and watch out. I mean, all of a sudden it is actually starting to go even lower to 7.5 over 20 at Bovada, at DraftKings here with Sale and Severino. So it's moving in here. I gotta probably take the under here in this one, don't you? I mean, with these two teams 1-9 to the under so far here this season. Now maybe today the Braves can get it going, but I don't know. Their offense hasn't looked too good here so far, has it? And we know that the Athletics, they finally got a win, so they weren't really producing. But for Atlanta here so far, you got Acuna hitting basically about $160, and not a great start necessarily for some of these bats here. Yastrzemski's looking pretty good, that's for sure. Albies probably should be looking okay in there. Harris as well for the A's. So, Langoliers has been just incredible with his 4 home runs so far, but you got Nick Kurtz behind him, not doing much. Brent Rooker off to a slow start. Soderstrom here as well. Muncy does have a homer, but I'll go with the under in this one with the Athletics and the Braves. Let's see what the folks in the chat have to say here in this one. And let's see here. It's going to be Braves for Cash Kane. Bar's on the over. Dylon's here today. Man, what's a day without those guys on the air? Well, maybe they were on the air. Yes, I missed it. Public Enemy, good morning. I see Public Enemy in there. Robert's on the under here. Greg's got it maybe 4-3. Thinks maybe that, you might have Sale here a little bit better than a little bit better than Severino, but for the A's, this is kind of their ace at this point. Public Enemy does like the over here. Greg says he thinks Oakland has better hitters, and I don't think that's necessarily wrong, right? And Sale may sail today. There and let's see, Dylon. They were playing darts. What, on the air last night? What are they playing darts on the air? What's going on? What do those guys do? What are those guys up to yesterday? All right. I think though here, I think it's pretty clear what I'm doing in this one. I'm just going to take the under. I mean, come on, I combined 1 and 9 right now. Look, Atlanta does have some guys that have some good success against Severino, Olsen, Acuna, and Riley. All have pretty good numbers. Sale has definitely got touched up by a few of these A's bats there, but outside of a couple guys that really haven't seen too much of them, Braves bullpen 1.47 ERA here so far this season, and the Atlanta bullpen 2.66. That's pretty good. The A's bullpen 2.66. That's pretty good. So I think that helps stay under here. And maybe Atlanta's got the better lineup here. I'm sure, but you guys, I agree. The A's have the guys here. They can slug, and I don't necessarily know. Even though I said maybe the better lineup going in just this season, the A's numbers aren't quite what I think we were expecting, mostly because of the losses so far. We should be getting more out of this team, but Atlanta does have a top 10 lineup here, and I've got Oakland just outside of the top 10, so I'm not calling either one better than the other. They're probably right there, but I'll take the under here today with the pitching matchup. Okay. All right, let's see here. Atlanta's a tricky team, and wow, that's incredible. Virtual darts, that seems impossible. Okay, let's keep it moving here on the Morning Steam Show and go next up with the Texas Rangers taking on the Baltimore Orioles here. Another tight pitching matchup here with Eovaldi and Rogers here. With Rogers going to be a slight favorite here, $1.20 total. 8.5. 8 there. Is it 8 or 8.5? Yeah, it's down to 8 at some places. There is some 8.5 unders out there, but showing circa at 8 right now, and some other books at 8 over. So it does feel like this one's moving lower, and it doesn't necessarily seem like the wrong move, because I don't know. You got Eovaldi here. He didn't look too good in that first start, but Rogers certainly did in his first start, as he had a big performance in that first game of the season against Minnesota. Rogers comes in with no ERA and a 1.0 whip. He went 7 innings and allowed just 3 hits and 5 strikeouts and no runs, 4 walks. But for Texas, meanwhile, Eovaldi, he got shelled in that opening start. But, still is supposedly the Rangers' ace here, 9.6 ERA in that first start, 1.7 whip. So he'll look to improve on that. I don't think I mind the Rangers here actually at
final
minus $1.05 or even money here in this one right now. In the head-to-head matchup between these two, here you've got, like I said, maybe Eovaldi is the better of the two here right now. It's just that he didn't look that good, and Rogers did. So a little bit tight here. I think there are some hot bats on Baltimore against the Rangers here, and Eovaldi, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, all have had a strong cluster of success versus Rogers. Also, the Rangers have multiple hitters that have had success against him. So it's not one-sided, though. There are definitely some other guys here that have had success on the Orioles against Eovaldi here. But maybe both. Baltimore has a 5.4 bullpen ERA so far, but Texas 1.33. They've done well. I think it could be the edge that they need here, actually, if that you don't expect the Rangers to have a good bullpen. Maybe they will. And I'm going to take the Rangers here at minus $1.05 in this one. I think both starters might be a little bit vulnerable, but They're pretty good with a day game here. We'll see. They might be able to cruise through a little bit here without much damage. Orioles lineup certainly a bit dangerous here versus a profile like Eovaldi's here with their guys right now. Ward looks good. Henderson looking okay so far, but Alonso certainly has looked pretty decent so far this season. Cowser has good numbers for Texas here. Nimmo has been pretty hot here for sure, showing a good eye, getting lots of hits and scoring runs since coming over here to Texas. Seager also looking good. Burger Time looking good. McCutcheon is enjoying his time as well, but I'm going to go with the Rangers here in this one. Let's look at the chat and see the way they are going with this one. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Greg said he told Mikey that Oakland would win 5-3, and they won 5-2. Great job there. Big O's coming to Vegas here. He wants to go to eat. Well, you know how it is. I mean, I'd feel bad to recommend any place because you'll probably say it's too expensive. Well, not you. I know you're Big O got all those winning bets, but Bar here is on the Rangers. Cash Kane is on the Rangers. Let's see. Greg's got a 4-3 win here. Robert's on the under in this one. Rogers was good last season, so should continue. And also Public Enemy on the Orioles here. Let's see. Rogers could go deep into the game. Possibly. Okay, Twisted. Let's see. A Solution is here, giving out his hockey plays. Thank you. The Solution for stopping in. And Cash Kane talking about Artemis. I think it's incredible, actually. I can't wait to see them land on the moon here in a couple of years. But just to go back to the moon, it does seem like in today's society we should have done it a long time ago. I hope it, and cross your fingers too. You don't want anything to go wrong right now. I mean, really, remember, I don't want to even talk about it like that, but let's have a good trip there with the Artemis. I mean, it's going to be really suspenseful when they make that move, especially with the technology today too, right? I mean, it's just incredible. You'd think we'll probably see some. Remember, they're just going to fly by the backside of the moon there a little bit, but should be awesome. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Hey, we're seeing some steam right now in pro basketball with the Chicago Bulls and Indiana Pacers. Might as well mention this because we won't be talking about that game today. Pacers and Bulls, so steam to the over here at 247.5. Going up 248.5 here. It looks like supposed to be a wild one today there with the Bulls hosting the Pacers, and we're not previewing that. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now with our. I am on the Texas Rangers here to win over the Baltimore Orioles today on the road. Let's see if they keep it. And Nuke would go. He'd love to. See you on the dark side of the moon. All right. That's the second Pink Floyd song I've sang in the last 6 or 7 hours here on YouTube. All right. Next up, we've got the Pirates here taking on Money. Pirates here and the Reds in this one. And another... You guys were talking about good pitching today, right? You got lots of aces out here, it seems like. How about Skeens and Abbott? Well, what a matchup this one should be, huh? Now, Skeens is a road favorite. We know he was good. We know he was terrible in that first start, coming off of the World Baseball Classic, the bad defense or whatever. You'd think a bounce back. I mean, you look. I don't think it's something where this man is going to be arm weary here early on. He does have a 67.5 ERA, but probably will be in a pitcher's duel, I would think. You got another good pitcher on the other side. Hey, opening day was supposed to be like that too, but things went a little haywire, and it should be a little bit better. It feels like in the circumstances, the environment here, even in Cincinnati, I would think this one is probably going to be a good low-scoring game. Now, Abbott was terrific in his first start, no doubt about it. So Abbott there had a no ERA, 6 innings, 7 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. So he was solid. And you just would expect Skeens to also come in here and be able to deal. I can't believe the total is actually 7.5 in this one. It is juiced. No, it's about 7.5 flat. There's even some 7.5 overs out there. And just given the fact that we see so many 7s and 6s out there, and this one's 7.5. So maybe the environment does have lean a little bit to some hitting with the weather in Cincinnati today, but it doesn't seem like a great. Doesn't seem like with these two. Now there is precipitation. There's perspiration and there's precipitation. 30% chance of rain here throughout the game. 25%. This one doesn't even get played. But not only do you have these two, good pitchers, but to me, you still have bottom tier offenses with these two. I've got the Reds right now probably in the bottom 5 offenses in the league, and probably the same here, maybe even worse, actually, for the Pirates coming in here. So tough matchup for guys like O'Hearn and Brandon Lau and O'Neal Cruz, who fortunately had a good day offensively yesterday because he almost blew it again defensively in the game. And up and down the lineup is going to be tough for the Reds lineup against Skeens here. But I am going to take the Reds here on the run line at plus 1.5. I'm expecting a 1-run game, quite frankly, with these two teams here. Yes, you do have Skeens in there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he will have a better game today than the last one. Okay, that's not going to be calling for much, but I'll take the Reds here plus 1.5 at minus $1.25 as my pick. And look, they've got to still get through probably the bullpen here, as good as Skeens can probably be in this game. He's not going to. Probably not going to throw a complete game. I don't want to say it like that. He could, but we're not seeing many these days. Period. And you'd really have to be dominating here, actually. But certainly, he does have some success against some of these red bats too. Marte, Benson, and Stewart. They're good performance for Skeens against those guys. The Reds have some hot hitters, but he'll probably be able to cool them down. I think both bullpens have actually been solid here, so I'm going to have to go with the Reds in this one plus 1.5. But you wouldn't be wrong probably to roll with an under here in this one. Let's see if you guys think that is the case today. All right, let's see here what else we got. And Barr is going to take the under. Roberts on the under. Nick Handy says us, and them. Roberts on the Pirates here. And under here for Cash Kane. Twisted likes Skeens to have a good performance there. Greg Gibson says 4-3 Pittsburgh. Public Enemy, it goes first 5 under here. Greg says if it goes over, it's going to be 5-3. And let's see, Johnny says the 65 ERA, right? And no wonder we lost, right? In the United States, I mean, looking back now, the fact that there were, pitchers coming back and forth, they just did not approach it right. And that's why you had the U.S. not ready to go in that, in that tournament. Just bad mojo, bad vibes. They weren't taking it as seriously as the other motivated teams with all the fans, right? And that's the typical Americans. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now. And we got day game action all the way pretty much here. And look at this one. You got the Nationals and Cade Cavalli. Pretty decent option here. Was okay in his first start, but nothing like Christopher Sanchez here. Sanchez, pitcher of the week here probably. But let's see. Sanchez, 10 strikeouts in his debut, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Looked really solid in that first start. For Cavalli, 4.9 ERA in that first start, 5 Ks, just 3 and 2/3 innings, allowed a couple of earned runs and 3 walks. But, promising this year for Cavalli. We'll see what happens with him. But for Sanchez here, look, this is a way to cool down maybe this Nationals. The Nationals have been okay so far this season, 3-2. Their lineups look pretty good too. Phillies are just 2-3 here, but I think maybe a little regression here for the Nationals going up against Sanchez. The Phillies bullpen's been shaky, a 6 ERA, and that could open the door back up for the Nationals. But if Sanchez cruises along and is able to get out to a pretty good, comfortable lead here. They've split the two so far, but the Phillies have just 4 runs in the 2 games so far in this series right now. That's kind of where the Phillies' problems lie. They started, with a win 5-3 over Texas, but then lost to Texas 5-4, 8-3, then scored 2 runs against Washington, scored 3 in the last one there. I said they had 4 runs, they had 5 runs, but did get the win yesterday, 3-2. So let's see what you got here. Now, these two teams, one of the few combination of teams where they're kind of going over. Washington 3-2 to the over so far. Philadelphia 3-1 to the over so far. But that widely reported steam did come in on the under here just moments ago, and we said it was pushed down to 8 here, and in some markets with these two. And I got to think it's probably going to be an under here again, even though, like I said, Philly's bullpen's been shaky, 6.16 ERA coming in. But I've got the under in this one with Washington and Philadelphia, and I'm going to have to chase that steam a little bit here on the Morning Steam Show. Let's see the chat here in this matchup. And let's see what we've got. It's going to be Phillies for Cash Kane on the run line and Public Enemy on the Phillies here. And here's Sports Money in the chat, getting ready for their great show. It's going to be great with them kind of talking during the games here. The games will be underway. They got to get the first game out with the Braves, and I'm sure they will, but they got to get right to the show because, 12:15 is that first game. So, we'll be getting ready for that one here just 2 hours from now with the guys on the baseball betting show today. All right, Greg says 6-3. Phillies here for the solution. I want to say hello to Mark Lambert in the chat. Thank you, Mark. He says Washington run line here. The Phillies not hitting well, and Washington is hitting well. Thank you, Mark. Really good to have you there in the chat. Love to have you join us here at the Chat All-Stars with some great information like that. I don't, those are interesting numbers here. Certainly, I think the story for me here is mostly about Sanchez and his ability to dominate right now. But no doubt, Nationals, like I said, the one thing I will say right now about that Nationals lineup, I'll say overperforming a little bit. If they can get the offense going, they can. They're not necessarily expected to be a contending team, but they're going to need that offense. If you got, you wonder, James Wood does have a home run and 3 RBIs, but he really hasn't got it going too much. But Weimer's been incredible. House has been good. Lyle, the guys that, they've kind of said, these are our guys, moving forward in the future. They've been good for sure. Nunez also pretty good here so far for the Nats. Phillies on the run line, though, for Robert. And Philly Eagle Flyer is going to have it tied after the second. Leaning Phillies. Solution here, Phillies first 5 in full game. And Mark's talking about, I think that those are the team ERAs so far, I think he's saying. But don't forget, like I said, Sanchez, no ERA. Bar says a little early in the season, and so does Nuke for $3 favorites here, right? Let's see. Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate that, man. That's great comments from you. Fergie, Ferg 2-time is here again today. Good morning. Good to have you. And let's see, that could be it for the crew. in that one. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now on Wednesday getaway day. Rockies and the Blue Jays. Well, the Blue Jays, man, tough. 4-1, and they fired the manager, according to Nuke. But nonetheless, Toronto, one of the hotter things going here right now early in the season. Kevin Gausman here against the Rockies. Look, the Rockies did get one in this series. Give them some credit for their first win of the season, although Toronto did come back yesterday and smacked them down pretty good, 5-1. Toronto's 4-1 coming in. Colorado's 1-4 coming into this one. Colorado 1-4 to the under so far. Toronto 2-3 to the under. Kevin Gausman here going for Toronto. So far, so good for Gausman in that first start. 1.5 ERA for Freeland here. 4.15 ERA in that first start. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks. Hunter Goodman's been really good here so far for the Rockies. It looks like they got a good one on their hands there. Tovar's been good as well, and so has Rumfield. Meanwhile, for Toronto here in their bats, they could stand to get it going a little bit, but Vladdy's looked good. Okamoto has been a big story so far. A couple guys are dragging along, but Ernie Clement good. See Miles Straw here, also Andres Jimenez. Maybe time to shake up the lineup a little bit with a few of those guys and help out Vladdy there because he's really looking good, but only 2 RBIs despite looking terrific at the plate so far. Not enough guys getting in front of him. It feels like Okamoto, though, big story there. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one. Rockies and the Blue Jays in this one today. I'm probably just going to roll with this one, even at difficult laying these run lines a little bit here, but I think today Colorado on the road, their bullpen 5.14. That's probably what their bullpen ERA will be this season. Maybe that might be good for their bullpen. Toronto offense heating up, strong top-end bats, ready to go, ready to start clicking somehow here. Springer does have a couple home runs already, so I think even with Gausman, some of these guys have hit Gausman before. I think the matchup's still heavily tilted, and I'm just going to go with the Blue Jays today on the run line here at minus 1.5 in this one against Colorado. It's starting to get up there a little bit, but minus 1.5 at minus 135, showing actually Bovada's up to 305 on the money line here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here in this one on the run line today. Going to have to Cash Kane run line with me here, and Bar is on the under. Greg's got it 5-2 there. Solution Blue Jays first 5 and full game. Mark said, look, I'm not going to fault anybody for wanting to take a big dog here early in the season. Took the Rockies there. They picked up a win, but again, we have not seen. We've seen already. I mean, it's baseball. We know that. All right, and let's see. Robert's on the Jays though as well. Some of them I'm still going to take here. Greg says he thinks someone's getting smoked tonight, and I think he means it's the Colorado Rockies. All right, keep it going here right now. We've got another good pitching matchup here. Smith. Shane Smith here looking pretty good so far for the White Sox. I say good meaning in his career. He got shelled in his first start here, 16.2 ERA for Shane Smith. But going up here against Sandy, who looked good. Man, Sandy's got no ERA so far. Went 7 innings. That was interesting in itself, right? 4 hits, no earned runs, one run, but no earned runs there in that first game for Sandy here. Still another kind of a big favorite here. I say big favorite. I don't know, $1.50 might be okay for some, especially given today's card here. with Miami at home in this one up against the White Sox. But the White Sox don't get it wrong. They did win the first game of the series 9-4, but Miami returned the favor yesterday with a 9-2 victory. White Sox bullpen's the worst so far in the league, 10.45 ERA and a 2.2 WHIP. Miami's bullpen, one of the best, 0.51 so far. So the low total could be justified here, given the circumstances. Miami 4-1, Chicago 1-4. Chicago is 4-1 to the over. However, Miami is 2-3 to the under thus far this season. So I think probably be in line for a bit of a pitcher's duel. I think with these two, I think I probably prefer the under here in this one, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking the under here with the White Sox and the Marlins today with Sandy here. Let's see if we get vintage Sandy this season. We're getting back, get our Sandy back a little bit right now. Let's see what the chat has to say here in this one. And so far this Miami offense has some guys that have been doing the job. Xavier Edwards has been one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now here to start the season. Jacob Marcy looked like he was starting hot, but now he's kind of slumped down here. Liam Hicks has been an interesting proposition here so far for Miami. He's done a good job. So has Owen Cassie as well, and also Greg Conine. Griffin Conine. Greg Conine, I'm so old. And for the White Sox here so far, Murakami, he's been one of the biggest stories in baseball so far. Also, Vargas has looked good here for him, Pereira as well. So we'll see what you got, though. I'll go ahead and take the under in this one with the White Sox and Miami. Here is Greg says might be 7-1 today in this. He was over the last game, I think. White Sox here for Cash Kane. Roberts on White Sox, first 5, money line. There, yeah, Greg said 4-3 is what he's saying in this one. Next up, the New York Mets are taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Freddie Peralta here on the road. Pretty big favorite here, $1.65 against this Cardinals team that, look, Cardinals have done a nice job. They're 3-2 so far. The Mets are 3-2. Peralta, yes, the Mets went out and got this man. They want him in here, but wasn't great in that first start. Did go 5 innings, 6 earned and 4 earned runs, 6 hits. Did have 7 Ks, but has a 7.2 ERA so far. Meanwhile, for Liberatore, good first start. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts with a 1.8 ERA, 1.8 WHIP as well. But you know what? Come on. The Mets. Yes, Soto, if you want to get on his case a little bit, but he's hitting pretty good so far. But some of these other guys, Bo Bichette struggled, Polanco struggling, Lindor sub 200 average. Luis Robert's done well, so has Vientos, but Semien no good. Alvarez pretty good hitting catcher so far. For the Cardinals here, Weatherholt, you expect it to come back down to earth a little bit, but he's been hot. Ivan Herrera, not so much. Burleson's done well, but Mason Wynn, sub 150, I think here. Nick Gorman hitting just over 200 there. Pages okay so far, and Scott's been hot, but let's see what you got here in this one. Kind of interesting with the Mets, such a big favorite. Yes, they should be, they're the Mets. They've gone out getting these players, but the Cardinals, come on, they're still the Cards here. I'm gonna have to take the Cards. I say still the Cards. We need them to be better this season to be still the Cards, right? But I'm gonna take them here plus 1.5 at minus 120 with Liberatore on the mound. I think that is gonna work for me. I want the Cardinals here with a little on the handicap. Give me the Cards on the run line here in this one. Let's see who is here as well. Mark has his pick in there on the White Sox game there. Thank you to Mark. Fergie took the Mets on the money line. Cash Kane, Mets on the money line. Daddy Beats is here today. Hi, Daddy Beats. Great to see you there. Under half a run in the first inning. there he's got the Nerfy. Mark says, okay. Thank you, Mark. Um, Solid under here says Cash Kane says be careful of that weather here today in this matchup. Maybe we see some weather conditions here with the matchup between the Cardinals here at home. Um, the I kind of bought into it there a little bit, thinking that the weather was really forcing these runs here, and then it ended up going under. But yeah, we got nearly a 50% chance of rain, 20% chance of a postponement here. Wind blowing in from center, just 5 to 7 miles per hour, but rain expected throughout the game off and on here with this matchup. So I'm going to take the Cardinals, though, on the run line. Greg says Mets for sure, 5-2. And Fergie liking Peralta. Look, they went out and got themselves a guy like Peralta here. Mets are going for it, obviously. They think they have the team once again. Robert's got the over here. Greg says 4-2 Mets or so here. All right, we'll keep it moving here with our day card. We got the Rays on the road taking on the Brewers here in another, like you said, you guys, good pitching matchup here. You got Drew Rasmussen going against Jake Mizorowski here. Brewers were able to get the win there yesterday, and man, they've looked good here. Our Brewers won 6-2. They come in here with a record of 4-1. Tampa just 2-3 so far, but they did have their 2-game winning streak snapped when the Brewers did beat them yesterday 6-2. They are just 1-1 as an underdog. Tampa Bay 4-1 to the over so far this season, but 1 over and 1 under as an underdog here. But does seem like this is supposed to be a strong pitching matchup from these starters here with Rasmussen and Mizorowski here. Definitely some strong pitching here today with the Brewers at home, favored $1.40, and the total 7 here right now. And look, I don't mind the under here. It's just a little low, but probably still going to have to take it, actually. We're starting to get some of the players who might be out of the lineup today with our day games. I think they did announce here. Let me see if I got a few of them here. Zach Eflin hits the injured list today with that elbow. You got to worry there for Eflin after he left the game there in the 4th inning last start. Also, Jordan Westberg elbow injury as well for the Orioles. So the infielder there with an elbow injury as well. Also here in the game between Colorado and Toronto, news just in as Tyler Freeman, the outfielder here, is probable in the game for the Rockies. We'll get those lineups here soon, hopefully. All right, Rays and Brewers here. I'm going to try the under here in this one with these two good pitchers today, and let's see if they can deal. I'll try an under here with the Rays and the Brewers. I got a lot of unders. I know that. I'll try not to bore everybody here, but let's see what we've got. We've got here, Fergie says, Brew Crew all day. Mizorowski's a beast there. And also Brew Crew money line for Public Enemy. Cash Kane says Rays first 5. He's on the over. And Andrew, I hope he's singing that song there and not saying this is it. This is it for the Robert here on the under. All right, let's keep it moving here in major leagues today. You got Garrett Crochet Day here, right? Talking about these aces going in this one. Boston needs their stopper here to do this right now. They need a win. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 1-4 of the Red Sox. Houston comes in with a 4-2 record following yesterday's win over Boston 9-2. As Houston here with the hottest offense in the league, man, over the last 4 games here, the Brewers have scored 37 runs right now. They are out of control. Now, they did play the Angels, but have gotten to Boston here for 17 runs in these first 2 games of the series. They're not going to get that today against Garrett Crochet, but Crochet favored here, and the Astros have been hot. Burrows goes here for Houston. Not great in this first start. 5 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs for 7.94 ERA here, but we've seen overs here from these two teams. Houston 4-2 to the over. Boston 3-2 to the over so far. But can Crochet kind of calm it down here a little bit? I think he can here. But I'm going to try the Astros here actually on the run line today at +1.5. Against Crochet. Look, I think he'll be able to deal. He certainly should be able to deal here. Burrows, definitely not an equal matchup here, but I'm going to try Burrows. Might be a little bit of a value spot for Houston here as an underdog, but I'll just take him on the run line here at +1.5 at -$1.45. However, Boston bullpen, they're going to need to get into it sometime. 4.74 ERA, and they've had issues with the long ball here. Houston's lineup, the power, the scoring environment, and the greatest player to ever play against the Boston Red Sox, Yordan Alvarez. Not that he's the best player ever who has played against Boston. If you, they said no player has had greater offensive success against the Boston Red Sox in their career than Yordan Alvarez. How about that for a stat, if you will? All right, let's see what the chat has to say, though. Crochet was awesome. You wouldn't be wrong to go with Crochet, I'm sure, here. Getting maybe it's a decent price at $1.50 here. Cash Cane says Red Sox first 5. He says Crochet cools them off. Public Enemy likes the Astros, though. Robert takes Crochet in the first 5 to get it going. Andrew's got a Nerfy here. And that he got that one yesterday, hit the ball, Houston Nerfy. I think, is that what that says? All right, give me I'm going to take the Astros here on the run line. Okay, look at this total here. I mean, it's the first week of the season now. It was a total under yesterday that nobody could hit the ball, was just dying out there. Now you have 2 left-handers. The wind is blowing directly in from left field. 15 miles an hour or so. And probably should make life difficult for these bats here today. So see how you can do it. See how you can attack this. And after what we saw yesterday, I definitely have concerns about the ball leaving the yard or going anywhere, actually, towards left field with the Cubs here. So the wind is 15 to 16 miles an hour, 20% chance of a chance of sprinkles there, actually, but mostly sunny throughout. I don't even know if that might look like a typo almost, but does list a 20% chance of rain during the game early on, but mostly sunny, it looks like here, if not sunny. So I don't know where the rain's going to come from. Anybody in Chicago today, let me know what's going on here. But you see Kikuchi, 4.15 ERA. Now, Matt Boyd struggled in his first start. He comes in with a 14 ERA here, but should have better success, it feels like, on the mound with these two today, with Kikuchi here and Boyd playing to the wind. You see the total 6. I mean, that tells the story altogether for the 2 left-handers. Probably should go under, even though it's going to be hard to anyone really even to strike up the confidence, it feels like, here to do it. So let's see, though, what you think here with the Angels and the Cubs. Boyd does have good edge here against some of these Angel hitters that he has faced in the past. The Angels bullpen's been decent. That's a surprise, I think, but it's been the lineup that's been inconsistent here so far. Trout is hitting 300, but Neto not doing much. Shanwell here, also good start, but Soler, Moncada, not too good. Adele's been okay. But the rest, Darno also some okay numbers here. For the Cubs, meanwhile, got some guys who have done an okay job, PCA, Nico Horner, but nobody really hitting the cover off the ball right now for this Chicago team. It has to be a little bit of a worry. Bregman does have 2 home runs. Happ has 3 home runs, but they're not hitting for average so far. So let's see what you think, though, with the Cubs in this one. They are $1.60 favorite. Granted, the Angels are 3-3 coming in. The Cubs are just 2-3. Angels are 2-4 to the under. Cubs 2-3 to the under. Let's see what the chat says in this one. Actually, here we're going to get down with the chat. All right, under for Cash Kane. He says that wind is blowing in. Public Enemy going under here. And Thomas Lewis is here, everybody. Nice to have Thomas Lewis. All right. Great to see Thomas in the chat. He says, what about if I want to play -1? Some books will carry it, but only, kind of the big books, I think. But what you have to do is you have to put half your wager on -1.5 and half your wager on the money line. In a lot of cases, you do have to also take into account what that money line is, but it does get you to the -1. You might have to adjust the play a little bit there, and you might even adjust the play on your own, right? Maybe you say, well, I do like the money line a little bit, and I'm going to say take 75% of it there on the money line. So, okay, good question. Good to see Thomas today in the chat. Hey, a little bit of breaking news here right now. Colorado's a great player, Cale Makar. He is out indefinitely with that lower body injury that we saw there. Cale Makar is currently out indefinitely for the Avalanche, just days before the playoffs here right now. Tough one there, tough break. Hopefully it'll be okay, but we'll have to look into that injury there after the show and see what the true status is here right now. Okay, and did I make my play there? Oh no, I better make my. I'm going to go under. I'm going to try to prove that the conditions were indeed just like we saw yesterday. There were only 2 runs scored in the game yesterday for the Angels, and that wind blowing in here, 17 miles an hour right now. I think they're saying so. Let's go ahead and try the under. Let's try to prove that the weather forecast is sometimes right. Still could see, we could still see some offense from these two, but like we said, we kind of went down the roster here a little bit with those guys, and maybe the Angels have the slightly better lineup here so far. Look, Angels, to me, I've got them in the bottom 4 lineups in the league. So Shanwell, not really fond of him in this lineup. Josh Lau also, but tough matchup for a couple of these guys against Kikuchi as well, including some of their best hitters, Bush, PCA, and we'll see. I'm going to take the under, though, in this one. Got another ace here with Tariq Skubal going up against Zach Gallen. I guess he's an ace. He has a 9 ERA after getting rocked there in the first game. Skubal was great in that first game, was able to hold the opponent with no runs there. 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 run allowed, 6 strikeouts, a .5 whip for Skubal. So why wouldn't he come in here and be able to deal today against the Diamondbacks? Yeah, $1.60 on the road, but Zach Gallen did not look good in that first game. 4 innings, 4 earned runs, and just 2 strikeouts there, 2 walks as well, and 2 strikeouts. So Gallen, definitely some struggles here. So as I don't know, maybe typical Gallen, who knows, with him in this matchup. But nonetheless, I think if you look overall with the pick here with Tigers, Skubal does have good success against a few of these Diamondback bats. Meanwhile, for Gallen, he definitely has had some woes against this Tiger lineup here so far. You look at the overall numbers for these 2 pitchers against these lineups today. You've got for Scooble, just a pretty good matchup here, no doubt. And let me see here, though. I want to see. I think we had Zach Gallen in here. Oops. Oh no. I've lost. Oh, I do want to cover this a little bit. Let me just give you 1 second here on the batter versus pitcher because it definitely is distinctive here. Okay, for a Gallen here, against this lineup, 40 at bats against this lineup, allowed a 300 batting average, a couple of home runs there as well. So, but for Scooble here, the guys in the lineup that he's faced, he's allowed just a 167 batting average, 6 for 36 with 1 home run and 11 strikeouts. So, nearly 30% right there, strikeouts for Scooble here. I think Scooble dominates the game. I think Gallen's in trouble. $1.60, not too comfortable, but I don't know. I can't take the run line here. Look, we have a lot of day games here. I'm just going to have to lay it with Scooble. I am going to take him here on the morning steam at minus $1.60. Don't want to get too high on there in some of these numbers, but I will today here on the show. I'm going with Scooble. Okay, let's see here. Tigers Phillies money line for Thomas. Public Enemy on the Tigers here. NYC Bar will take the Diamondbacks on the run line. Fergie says, what are Scooble's numbers exactly? Is he looking decent so far? Yeah, just the 1 start, like I said, 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, 0.5 whip, no ERA in that first start. So I'll look for him to keep it going. And Detroit, look, they're, like I said, just 2-3 so far. They are 1-0 as a favorite. Who was the pitcher in that game? It was Scooble. Arizona, meanwhile, despite a 2-3 record, is 0-3 as an underdog. So maybe this is a candidate for a -1. Robert likes the under here. Yeah, probably a good pick. Giants and Padres in this one, getaway day here in San Diego with the Padres, and it will be Nick Pivetta. He did not look good in that first start, that's for sure. Hauser gets his first start. Giants have won the first 2 of the series, and the Giants are coming in with a 2-3 record. Both wins against the Padres. They're 2-0 on the road. Are the Giants 1-3 as an underdog so far? Padres just 1-4. Rough start to the season. The Padres are 0-3 to the under. As a favorite here, the Giants are 0-3-1 to the under as an underdog. Pivetta should be better than Hauser, but the Padres have not looked good, particularly on offense so far. They really haven't got much going with these bats. The lineup probably is not, I don't know. I think they're putting guys in the wrong spot here so far. I question what we're seeing actually here from Craig Stammen, the Padres manager. You got still a decent bullpen with the Padres right now, 3 ERA. It'll probably be lower than that. San Francisco's pen has been solid. They just don't have as much depth. So maybe an edge, though, of course, for the Giants in this lineup. And probably at this price. So just got to take the Giants here with Hauser right now and see what Pivetta can do. But at $1.25 or so, I'm going to take the Giants here in this one. Look, I've only taken the Padres 1 time. It was yesterday, and they didn't come through. So I'm not I'm 0 for there in that one. I was going against them the whole time, but okay, sorry about that. Let me take a look here and see what you got here in this one in the chat between the Giants and the Padres. Cash Cane's on the Padres and Public Enemies on the Padres. Okay, good. I didn't know the Padres. I should change my pick because, man, we need the Padres to win. This is the one, says Cash Cane. Padres are going to have to get off the bus. I'm a little upset with the Padres here right now. I mean, I tried to take them yesterday, and they let me down. And I wasn't even homering it up. I actually thought they would win that game. But so far this offense. Big question marks. Cronenworth not looking too good. Tatis is okay, but Manny's not doing it. Jackson Merrill, uh, good. Did have that clutch home run, but man, he looked rugged defensively yesterday. Xander Bogart's not getting it done. Ramon Laureano, the only guy hitting in this lineup. That was a great pickup for the Padres here. Hopefully he can get some support. But one pickup that wasn't great, I think, was probably Nick Castellanos, but he'll have to pick it up. Gavin Sheets, nothing doing so far. So I'm going to take the Giants here in this one. Oh, man, okay. We do have one piece of news coming out here right now. I think it's a good one, a good piece of news here anyway. Just being announced, the NFL has made another rule change because that's what we do every year. But you can now attempt an onside kick at any time. We know it's not a surprise. You got to tell everybody in the world you're going for it. But if you want to do it in the third quarter, for example, I mean, nobody's going to come out and say, "Hey, it's halftime. Let's go for it." But maybe if you're down, 3 touchdowns or something, and it's late in the third quarter, maybe you want to go for an onside kick. I don't think it really is going to come into play too often, but you can attempt an onside kick at any time. That just in. I want to try one right now. All right, let's see here. Johnny Walker says, "Let's go San Francisco," and I'm not going to root against my bet here, so I'll just take the Giants here in this one. We're moving along pretty quickly here on our show today, aren't we? And next up, we got another great pitchers, another good pitching matchup here with Cam Schlittler taking on George Kirby. How about this? Schlittler, man, was he good in that first start? Like I said, the Yankees have 3 shutouts. The big bad bombing Yankees have 3 shutouts so far. Hey, we got the lineup in here right now for Colorado and Toronto. Let's take a quick look at it. Here, Colorado, Johnston, Goodman, Castro, Tovar, Rumfield, Beck, Sullivan, Doyle, and Karros. For the Blue Jays, Springer, Schneider, Guerrero, Okamoto, Kirk, Clement, Sanchez, Straw, and Jimenez. I think no surprises there, right? Okay, for the Yankees here and Cam Schlittler, boy. 5 1/3 innings, 1 hit allowed in that first game. No walks. 8 strikeouts. I mean, Cy Young winner so far, Cy Young leader, Cam Schlittler. That's with some of these guys going off here, but he was great going up here against Kirby. Kirby, 1.5 ERA, 0.67 whip, 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, just 1 earned run, 2 walks. This one seems like a terrific pitching matchup here. I'm probably going to do another under. I don't know any better. Shouldn't these guys have a great day? We're in Seattle here. Yes, the Yankees lineup so far. Grisham's been okay. Judge has not really gotten on track. Does have a couple of homers. Bellinger's done well. Rice looks good, no doubt. Stanton has been incredible. There's no way Stanton – I want to say keeps this up. I mean, no one's going to keep up what he's doing, but so far, 10 runs scored to lead the major leagues, I believe, for Giancarlo Stanton. He's been a terrific getting on base. It helps to bat where he does, right? Chisholm not too hot. McMahon hasn't looked good as well. The bottom of the lineup has had some woes, but for Seattle here, Brendan Donovan looking really good. Cal Raleigh, no homers yet for Cal here, but I'm sure he'll get one here soon. And he has not looked great so far. Neither has J-Rod. Naylor is nothing here. I'm worried about Naylor. Randy Arozarena, okay. Rayleigh's been good so far, and so has the bottom of the lineup's done their job a little bit here, but see what you think here in this one with the Yankees here taking on the Mariners. This has got to be a pitcher. This has got to be – I'm taking another under here. Give me the under in this one with Schlittler and George Kirby here today. That seems like the safer play, I think. You got Seattle's bullpen, too, has been good, 2.66 ERA and a very good whip so far. Yankees offense, they've been volatile, I think, so far. So I think the pitching, the park suppresses the scoring a little bit. I'll take the under here. Let's see what you guys have in this one. It's going to be Canes on the Mariners here. And let's see. Says, oh, they're the favorite, huh? And Fergie is doing the house cleaning. Did we do the Reds game? Yeah, you know what? We let off with one of the early games there, but don't go back. You're busy. I'll just say I took the Reds on the run line in that game with Skeens and Abbott. I just expect both pitchers to do well. I mean, look, we love Skeens. We know he's a marquee pitcher every time, but Andrew Awesome Abbott, we've been on this guy pretty much since day one over the last 3 seasons on these shows. So I think he is able to duel with Skeens today. All right. Thomas likes the over in this one. And Mariners can hit. Roberts on a Nerfy. And let's see here. And Thomas has got the RBI prop, it looks like, in there. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. We're almost to the night games here. We have a night game, believe it or not, with the Twins and the Royals, Noah Cameron and Joe Ryan. Ryan favored on the road here, $1.20 in this one for the Twins. And look, I don't know if they should be worthy necessarily. Now, Joe Ryan is solid, but man, Kansas City, this offense, I'm going to trust this offense, kind of moving forward. I think so far, if you look at them, they've won 2 in a row here right now in this series. Won the first game of the series, beat Atlanta last time out. Outscored those 2 opponents 7-2 here over the last 2 days. But I think if you look just here in general with this Kansas City lineup here, that even money, that doesn't seem too bad here actually in this matchup. Kansas City, they're probably in here. I've got them as a top 10 lineup. Now there is some tough matchups here, including Garcia, Witt, Sally, and India, tough matchups against Ryan. Meanwhile, for the Twins, though, I think it's a real tough matchup all around against Noah Cameron, up and down the lineup here. Look, Cameron, we'll see how he does, but I'm kind of a Cameron guy right now. He pitched well down the stretch there in September. Got some work to do here, but wind blowing in from center, 9 miles an hour here. Minnesota, just 175 ISO versus lefties so far. Not great news there necessarily for Cameron here. And Minnesota's lineup, 329 WOBA versus lefties, but I'm probably going to end up here trusting the Royals here in this one. I'm going to take them at home as an even money proposition with some of these bats right now. Garcia, Witt, looking good. Vinny P has not looked good after talking all that smack there in the World Baseball Classic. Sally's not great. Jensen not great either. So Kyle Isbell probably should move him up in the order. For Minnesota here, Martin has been a terrific surprise. Keachel, bizarre incident there yesterday with Keachel. Buxton here, okay so far, but the rest of these guys, Jeffers, Wallner, Bell, some real issues, I think, offensively. So I'm going to end up here taking the home team with the Kansas City Royals at even money. We got the lineups in for Pittsburgh and Cincinnati right now. It's adjusting the spread, so let's see what's going on for the Pirates. Mangum, Gonzalez, Reynolds, Ozuna, Cruz, York, Triolo, Horwitz, and Davis. For the Reds, Friedel, McLean, De La Cruz, Lowe, Nathaniel Lau, Steer, Benson. Who would I miss? Let me do it again. Friedel, McLean, De La Cruz, Stewart, Nathaniel Lau, Steer, Benson, Stevenson, and Hayes. One more tonight, and that's it for baseball today. Oh, let me get your plays here in the Royals game. Okay. Oh, let's see. Bad weather game there says uh, Cascade. Um, 50 more than a 50% chance of rain throughout this game has a 35% chance of even being canceled. Rain likely throughout the game here. Royals moving to a new park. Is it a dome? No, I don't think it is, but Royals are not moving, but they're trying to get a new park built, trying to find a site for a new park. That's what they're doing. All right, Thomas, thank you very much. And Robert's on the Twins' first five. One more game here in the major leagues, and we're going to whip through the NBA, you guys. We got to get out of here by the just an hour and 20 minutes away from the guys here joining us for the baseball show on the Sports Money Network. All right, Guardians here and Dodgers. I'm just going to take these dumb I hope nobody gets mad. I'm going to take these dumb Dodgers here on the run line with Yamamoto today. Just getting tired of these guys already, but I think they're probably looking pretty good. Now, look, you got Gavin Williams here, who wasn't great in that first start statistically. I thought he looked okay, but 5.4 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, but 6 walks. He'll fix that. It's not, it is a little bit of a bugaboo for him, but for Yamamoto here, he was pretty solid and gave up in 6 innings, 0.83 whip there in that first game for Yamamoto, 2 earned runs, no walks here in this one. I'm just taking the Dodgers. You guys are welcome to comment. We'll move on, but I think the Dodgers here. Yamamoto, I think he's got pretty good numbers, real good numbers actually against this lineup. Just a few batters faced, but just 3 for 17, no home runs, 6 strikeouts for the Guardians against Yamamoto. But Dodger bullpen so far 1.62 ERA, and Cleveland really struggles against these type of these pitchers with this statistical profile here anyway. And I don't know, feels like a mismatch to me. Hey, it's baseball. Stevie Ray Kwan's looking good. The Lauder's been incredible. Can he stay healthy? Are we really anybody really betting DeLauder for Rookie of the Year? People are talking about on some of these other shows, but you're gonna have to prove it to me. I don't know if I can. This guy's got an injury history, so it's just kind of tough to back him long term. Ramirez has had big problems so far. Manzardo, no good. Bo Naylor, not great. Schneemann, my man Schneemann, not looking good so far. So this Guardians lineup has struggled for sure. For the Dodgers, they're having some issues here. Ohtani, basically a 200 hitter so far. Same with Tucker. Betts is driving in some runs, but not hitting for average. Freddie hitting only 200. The only thing he could do is hug the guys on the bases, hug the opponents. Will Smith's been okay. Max Muncy's been great. But the rest of the team, Pages good. Freeland good, but Teoscar, all the big bats are kind of struggling right now for the Dodgers. But I'm going to try them here on the run line. I think the price has me mostly interested here. I'm not that the Dodgers aren't 250 on the screen there. What are they? 260 right now. But the run line here, -1.5 at -120. I'm going to have to take that with the Dodgers here tonight to blow out the Guardians. What does the chat say here? Guardians plus 2.5 for Cash Kane. Thomas likes the Dodgers here on the run line. Also, Thomas Lewis likes Williams over in his walks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll walk 6. Hey, Joni Lachlan here today. Nice to have Joni in here today. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, I think that's it for baseball, you guys. Wow. But what a day. We got lots of day games. If you like baseball in the daytime, this is it. This is what it's all about today. Matinees here today. And hey, you can probably be ready for this ugly NBA card tonight. It's bad, you guys. I could just read off the spreads here a little bit. Look at the 16, 17, 13, 14, 17, 13. Oh boy, do we really? Can we just go? I'm going to pick some picks here. I'll make some picks in the NBA. Hope you're ready to make some with me. But man, it does seem kind of awkward. Hey, great. Joni asking about where to bet. Okay. Joe, I think the key there, Joni, is what state you're in. Also, there, I think that's key. But if you're in a DraftKings state, there definitely should be. You use DraftKings in person only. So look, I'm in Las Vegas, so I'm kind of limited to what is offered by the state. Although offshore books do work here. I think I can say that. I hope they're not knocking on the door here right now. But here's the funny thing about this, and I don't want to set Joni. I want you to bet legally, and I think you can stick with the big companies, no doubt about it. I don't know if you're having a issue, you don't like the lines of DraftKings, but it's funny the way things are working out, right? Offshore betting and those books that how to put it lightly, right? They kind of received criticism in a way, like that's hard to beat but as you look back on it now, I'm finding that more and more bettors are going back to those that did and have the ability to bet offshore. Some are going back to that, or at least using them in their portfolio. Like maybe I'm doing it too. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm just saying what I do. But, you hear the way sometimes these guys treat their customers a little bit. And you get some good lines offshore. But look, I think when you're sticking to the legal books, you're always going to have that protection there of, the gaming commissions of the particular states. So, but interesting there, going in person there to a facility every day. Look, I'm in Vegas, so I know what that can be like. I got some close places here. I got the South Point, and I've got the Green Valley Ranch. Those are kind of my two books that I like. But I hope that answers it, Joni. Like I said, I think you're okay there, and to stick with those legal books. But again, let me know maybe what state you're in, and maybe we can see, or what if you know what other books are available to you there. But I don't think there's a problem in that whole realm of the FanDuels of the world. Some of the other books. The legal books anyway. All right. The reputable, BetMGM does have a pretty nice, reputation here so far. And nobody fooled me yet? No April Fools so far. Man, do I got a hair on what's going on? Okay, let me go to the basketball here right now, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on these games, and we're going to have a great show with the guys coming up at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific with the baseball betting show. It's going to be a great show today. Let's get it rolling here right now with the 76ers taking on the Wizards in this one. And this is. Let me read off another lineup here before we go. We've got the White Sox and the Mariners lineup in here. Let me do this before we get to going. For the White Sox, Medroth, Murakami, Benintendi, Montgomery, Vargas, Peters, Pereira, Maguire, and Acuna. That's Luis Angel Acuna, of course. For the Marlins, Marcy, Edwards, Lopez, Hicks, Norby, Casey, Hernandez, Pauly, and Sanoja for the Marlins. '76ers and Wizards get us started here today in the Tankathon. And look, I think here, talking about some of these Tankathon teams, Washington's been okay in some of the games. Other ones, not so much. I guess that's going to be typical of a team that doesn't have much to offer. But Philadelphia 4-2 ATS in their last 6, 4-1 against the spread versus Washington. Washington's lost 19 of their last 20 games. They're 0-8 at home. The one thing that we're seeing a lot of conversation about, of course, with what we're talking about and the big spreads today, right, is if you look at this group of teams here, these bad teams, yes, they do have to play each other sometimes, but if you look at the bad teams against the good teams, talking about the teams that are, kind of going to the playoffs against the teams that aren't, these teams are combined 12 and 167 when playing the teams that are going to the playoffs. Washington 0 for 20, Brooklyn 1 and 29, Sacramento 1 and 23, Indiana 2 and 12, Utah 1 and 14, Memphis 1 and 17. This is straight up, but Dallas 2 and 23, Milwaukee 1 and 12, Chicago 3 and 17. That's an average, basically, of 1 and 15, one win for every 15 losses. So this is bad in those matchups. Now, a lot of people are taking those money line favorites. I mean, those big favorites, and just putting them on a money line parlay. For example, if you did that today with all the double-digit favorites, it's going to pay about 67 cents on the dollar. But you're talking about teams like Philly, New York, Toronto, Houston, Denver, and San Antonio. It hasn't come through every time, but a lot of people are doing the Tankathon parlay a little bit there. And some of those, yes, there's been some losses in there a few times. Like I said, it's about 1 and 15 here when you're faced up against those good teams. But wow, that is bad. The NBA trying to fix it, but probably going to have to just shorten the season. But it's not going to, it might not stop the tanking, right? It's kind of like the joke I always make there about, well, if you move first base 5 feet further down the line, then they'll eliminate the close plays. All right. No, that's straight up, Thomas, but still, I mean, these teams just aren't winning. So you can feel almost confident in taking like a 6-team money line parlay, and $100 is probably going to win you about $67 today. And all you got to do is get those wins. Yeah, maybe there'll be an upset here, but who would you pick? Would it be the Wizards over the Sixers? I don't think so. Would it be the Bucks over the Rockets on the road? Kings over the Raptors? Who's going to win? Grizzlies at home against the Knicks coming off a loss? The Jazz, are they going to beat the Nuggets in their winning streak here? And the Warriors against the Spurs that are unconscious right now? So, look, I'm not making it a play here, but 6-teamer there, money line parlay, going to pay you about pay out $1 minus $1.50 or so. Okay, anyways, here Sixers here. I'll probably lay it in the Tankathon here with the Sixers in this one. It does feel a little bit dicey at 16. Maybe 15 or 14 would be a little better. Let me get some lineups here real quick. I got Washington and Philly coming in here right now. This is wow. Oh, what a coincidence. Washington and Philly is the baseball game too, and it's the basketball game we're talking about. Weird. Okay, but Washington lineup: Wood, Mead, House, Lyle, Weimer, Abrams, Nunez, Young, and Milas. For the Phillies: Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Baum, Stout, Garcia, Marsh, Realmuto, and Crawford. Can you believe the mismatch there in that lineup today? Wow. Okay, I'm talking NBA basketball here right now, and let's go here in this one. And with, like I said, Phillies here, Philly covering pretty well here right now, and the massive number, but a mismatch, a little bit of inflation here right now with this matchup here anyway. Also here, total a little bit inflated here, maybe at 240, but it does feel like there's going to be not much defense here. Philly is trending under in 6 of their last 9 here right now. So we'll see what happens in this one, but I'm going to probably just take the tankathon here with this game. I'll take the Sixers here and lay it. Easy to say I'd be more comfortable with 14 or 15 points. Who wouldn't say that? But I do feel like this is right on the edge for me. And in fact, the line is actually 15 here now in the game, pretty much everywhere. So Public Enemy will lay it here. And Joni, is Joni behind here? I already sang the Pink Floyd there. Oh, I said Joni, I told everyone to kind of fool me there. I sounded like Pink Floyd, but then April Fool. Just kidding. You don't sound like Pink Floyd. Money, it's a gas. All right. One of my favorite things as a kid was a Pink Floyd. Terrell, you with me out there? Is he here today? Pink Floyd at the, it's like the spear. It's those, what do they call? What do they call the round? It's like the spear, but it was back in the day. And they played Pink Floyd with all kinds of things. And, you'd probably do a little sit in the car and have a little fun before you went in there. And made a lot better show. Made a lot better show when you went in there a little bit. Planetarium, like a planetarium theater. You'd sit and watch the screen would be really great. Okay. Anyway, it's down to 15. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sixers here, minus 15 against Washington here. Look, if it's a tankathon today, I guess I'm going to lay a bunch of points. I don't know if I'm going to do it in every game here, but I might. Thomas, something like that. I don't know if we had that back then, but you could take a little tiny piece of paper. Okay, here we go. Let me keep going. Here with Atlanta taking on Orlando here. Atlanta's been very solid here of late with a couple of wins, and do update the standings here a little bit today in the NBA and where everybody stands here right now. Atlanta currently in a very good position here. They're kind of moving up the charts here with this hot streak right now, all the way up to 5th place. Can you believe it? Remember when they were battling with those teams and we said, who's going to emerge? Well, Atlanta has a half-game lead over Toronto. None of these teams in the 5 through 10 here are going to move into 4th. It seems like those, the Cavaliers aren't going to blow it here. It's going to be Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavaliers. Maybe the Knicks and Cavs could switch. But from there, you got the Hawks, Raptors, Sixers, Magic, Heat, and Hornets. And then we're getting short on games here right now with just 6 and 7 games left. So even those bottom teams are going to find their way. It almost is like, you know what? Maybe those play-in teams are going to be a little more trying to make sure you get to the 7 or 8 spot. So Magic is one of those teams. They're in 8th place here currently. I almost want to say more important for the Magic than it is for the Hawks here. Again, all these teams are in. They're going to the play-in at least, minimum. But here in this one with the Hawks and the Magic, I've actually got the over in this game here in this one. That's going to be my call. Orlando 22-17 to the over at home. Atlanta 21-16 to the over on the road so far. So the last meeting went for 236 points in Atlanta here just a few weeks ago as Atlanta won it 124-112, and the earlier meeting, the one before that in November, was at Atlanta, 127-112. Their first meeting of the season did go under, but I'm going to go to the over here in this one with Atlanta and Orlando today. Over is going to be my call here on the Morning Steam show. Atlanta's one of the hottest teams in the league for sure, 14-4 ATS and 16-2 straight up in their last 18 games. Orlando just 2-7 in their last 9. Atlanta's offense, pretty efficient here. A little bit of a pace mismatch right now, but I think that means over here actually at 232 and a half. I'm even seeing some 233. So I'm going over, though, here in this one. See if the chat has anything. Look, we might as well make some picks on the total because we're going to have some tough games here to pick in just a moment. I tell you that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, thank you, Joni. That sounds really cool. And yeah, I really loved that show. We'd go to it a lot. Thomas says, take the points here with the Magic. Hawks here for Public Enemy. Just feels like the Hawks are playing a lot better. But, if you kind of looked at where these teams have been this season, the home dog doesn't seem out of the question here. Damon is on the Hawks. I don't know if I could do it, but Hawks all day, or as Dimitri likes to say, all day. And Dimitri, nice to see you, by the way. And Thomas says, that's a low spread. That's a low spread. That's a low spread for this card, huh? We got another low spread here right now. Next up, it's the Celtics taking on the Heat. Now, look, a lot of people are talking. The Celtics on the bounce back when they lose have been absolutely ridiculous. Going to be hard to even talk me off the Celtics here. Look, I probably would try Miami here, but they really haven't looked that great. It's just that the Celtics off a loss are just incredible, actually. They usually come through big time. It's already happened several times this season. Celtics off of a loss. They are, let me get it right here. I got it here. 16-8 against the spread off of a loss. Also, the opponent's team total off of a loss, 6-18 to the under with the Celtics coming off a loss. Let me make sure I get that straight. Celtics off of a loss, they are 16-8 ATS, and their opponent's team total is 6-18 to the under off of a loss. So Celtics play good, with I think that the Celtics team total is the Heat team total is 12 here, right? And look, if one team the Celtics seem to have some success against, it's against the Miami Heat right now. They've already beat them this year 98-96. They didn't cover in that one. They beat them 119 and 114 and covered against them. And they also beat them here 129 to 116. So they've won all 3 meetings this year, 2-1 against the spread versus Miami. But it's been a long-term kind of success here overall for the Celtics against the Heat. There's no doubt about that. Boston's 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 games against Miami and 9-1 straight up against them. Miami's lost 7 of their last 9. Boston's gone under in 5 of their last 6. It's just that Miami, they struggle offensively in this matchup to begin with. And now you throw this on top of it, what we've seen from the Celtics and this bounce back here. I've got to take the Celtics here for sure. It feels like a freemium here in this one, but I'm taking them, and I'll lay it. You got to lay it. Maybe that's my only trepidation is, I don't know, maybe the markets or the sharps are already onto this. I don't even know if it's sharp. It's down to 4.5, even 4 at Bovada. But this one's been talked about by a lot of the talking heads already. I'm not saying anything that isn't kind of a surprise to anybody. Celtics off a loss right now, but it's just getting stronger. I think that's the thing. So you're going to see the Celtics here probably be able to control this one, probably get a win somewhere in the 115 to 105 range here maybe today. I think that's where we're headed. Is Greg here? How's my score sound, Greg? Are you still here? I think he left. Let's see here. If Jordy likes the Hawks money line, he'll put Johnson in there for his quantifier. Boston here for Damon. Jordy says Celtics money line and Tatum for his point total. And Dimitri said he had the Magic yesterday, and that was top was the spot Hawks going to the Final Four teams. That's how hot they are this year. Yeah, look, good point there. Robert likes the over, though, here in this one, and Public Enemy is on the Heat, on the money line. All right, I'm going with the Celtics there. I really like it as a premium. I probably should have given out the total, but hey, we got limited card here today. What are we going to do? So, wow, it just seems like those are two good competitive games compared to what we're going to do here now for the rest of the segment. Here's the Rockets favored by 17 over the Bucks in the Tankathon here. Look, the Bucks have actually shown some life here, a little bit covered a few times of late. In fact, they just won their last game here with the win over Dallas last night, 123-99. But we know how bad Dallas has been. Bucks also played pretty good against the Clippers, even though they lost by 14. It took a little bit of a surge. They were late to do so. For Houston, meanwhile, they've won 3 straight, covered 2 straight. Here, they just beat the Knicks last night, so both teams are kind of on the back-to-back. But, yeah, it does seem like one that maybe the Rockets could handle here in this one. I might just go to the under here, I think. Houston isn't a great cover. We know that. 14-22 against the spread at home, 26-39 against the spread as a favorite. The Bucks have actually covered a few games here of late, going 5-5 ATS in their last 10. So, Houston's winning games. Milwaukee is 6-12 against the spread in their last 18 overall. Spread is huge here, so I still kind of favor Houston, but maybe at 17, I'll just take the under here in this one with the Bucks and the Rockets today. Give me one under here today. I got to have an under somewhere on this. Well, we just got to have an under somewhere on this card. All right, and let's see here. Thomas is what's Thomas saying? He's giving the money away. Kane's on the over here, and Milwaukee. Like I said, they've covered a few here. They just beat Dallas, I know, but they did cover there against the Clippers. Before that, I will say though, and I know what Thomas is talking about, but before that, they did fail. Against San Antonio getting 17. They failed against Portland getting 15. They failed against the Clippers getting 13. So it hasn't been all dandy here. And it's just the Rockets. They just struggle to cover any spreads, period, right? Okay, let's Damon, hello. And it says the Bucks only beat one game lately. Yeah, they won the last game, and that they're not winning it all, but we're trying to talk about whether or not they can cover some numbers here maybe. All right, we got the lineups here for the Rangers and the Orioles just in. Let's see if we can get these out to you real quick. For the Rangers here, Nimmo, Langford, and Seager, Berger, McCutcheon, and Jansen, Jung, Duran, and Haggerty. For the Orioles here, Ward, Henderson, Alonso, Basallo, Mayo, Beavers, Cowser, Tavares, and Jackson. Damon likes the Rockets to smoke the Bucks today. I don't disagree with that. And one more lineups here for Boston and Houston. We're going to have them all here by the end of the show, I think. For the Red Sox here, Duran, Story, and Yoshida. Contreras, Abreu, Durbin, Narvaez, IKF, and Rafaela. For the Astros, Altuve, Alvarez, Paredes, Correa, Walker, Smith, Myers, Matthews, and Vasquez. All right, next up, I think we're just going along here with these ugly games here. Kings and Raptors here. Raptors favored by 13 in this one against the Kings. And another tankathon game here. And maybe the Raptors could probably handle this one. They haven't been great in their tankathon games, but again, they've kind of, lingered along here. They're still in 6th place, looking pretty good there. 12 and a half back and a half a game back of the Hawks. I think that's a better way to put it for that 5 slot here. So look, they're in there. I think they can hang on. I don't think they'll slip up and fall into the play-in, but Sacramento's lost 4 in a row here right now. but did get covers against Atlanta and Orlando here of late. Toronto coming in off of a loss yesterday to Detroit, 127 to 116 there. I thought it'd be a better performance for Toronto, actually, but I think they'll probably get the blowout here. So let me go with the total here in this one. I'm actually going to take the under in this one between the Kings and Toronto. Like I said, I haven't been big on the under since we've gotten to this last part of the season, but you do have Toronto here, 15 and 28 to the under as a favorite. The Kings definitely having some scoring issues here of late. 99 against Brooklyn of all teams last time out. They also were held to 90 by Charlotte. So I'm going to go with the under in this one between the Kings and the Raptors. And we've got Damon says take the Raptors in this one. Okay, let's move on here right now. And we got a few more. We did skip the Pacers and the Bulls today. Apologies to everybody waiting on the edge of their chairs for that one. Let's go to the Knicks here on the Tankathon Road against the Grizzlies. But you know what? This one, I don't know. Knicks here coming in off of the loss yesterday, third straight loss here. Now, Memphis is not great here right now. We know that, but they did win 2 games back. Picked up a victory over Chicago at home. This is their 5th straight home game here. The Knicks, meanwhile, their 4th straight road game. Knicks are 0-3 straight up and against the spread in these 3 road games. They've also failed to cover in 4 straight. Memphis has covered 2 of 3. I'm actually going to try Memphis here, plus the points. I'm not one to be going against the Tankathon, but in this one, I'm going to try it here. Today, the Knicks, they're not certain, they're in 3rd. They're 1 game ahead of Cleveland, but man, lost 3 in a row here right now. Not good timing. So I'm going to go ahead and try Memphis in this one. I don't go against too many of these Tankathoners, but I'm going to do it in this one. Here's Jordy going with BI, and BI, we've got the Raptors money line plus BI there, and I don't want to make fun of Dimitri here, but I know he's going with Memphis, but I got to do it, Dimitri. The typo is just too much to handle. Let's make the record clear. Dimitri is on Memphis, but today here on April Fools, he might like men. All right, Dimitri, you're great though. Always great with us. Jordy here, Knicks money line and Brunson for 20. All right. It's raining men. Damon took the Pacers here, plus the points against the Bulls. Thank you. Thank you, Dimitri, for that, because since we didn't cover cover that game, thank you for the pick there, because I didn't make one in that game, so appreciate that. And Thomas says the Knicks definitely coming in a little bit hobbled here. On that injury report, we got another lineup coming in here in just a moment. It'll be the Mets and the Cardinals. Get ready. Lineup here. Knicks have a Landry Shamet questionable. Other than that, pretty good. It's actually Memphis has all the injuries, but it's been that way for weeks. Here we go. We got lineups coming in here with the Mets and the Cardinals. Here we go. Damon took the Knicks, by the way. For the Mets, Lindor, Soto, Bichette, Polanco, Robert, Vientos, Semien, Alvarez, and Taylor. For the Cardinals, Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, Wynn, Gorman, Sagis, Church, Pajes, and Victor Scott. Next up, we're in the Tankathon here with the Nuggets taking on the Jazz here today. And, oh, man, it might be easy to try the Nuggets in the Tankathon. It feels a little bit like this one could be one they could mail in and still get it done. So sometimes I've just rolled with these tankathon teams. This one might be a little different. Seems easier in this game just to go with the total, though, actually, with what's going on with this particular matchup. I mean, look at some of the numbers when these two teams have already met. These guys have always been through the roof. Now, Utah has lost 6 straight, 1-5 their last 6 at home. Denver has won 6 in a row. They always are strong against Utah, but the total is massive. But you got Denver over in 4 of their last 5, Utah over in 5 of their last 6, and then look at the matchups between the two teams here recently. Last matchup, 135-129 Denver. The previous matchup, 128-125 Denver. And the previous matchup, 135-112. That one actually went under, but only because the total was 251 there in that game. And the winning team always pretty much gets at least 125 or more points in this series over the last couple of years. So I just got to go over in this one for sure with the Nuggets and the Jazz today. Over 250. What is it, 249 and a half now? Is it up to 250 yet? I'm doing it. Whatever it is, I'm going over 249 and a half in this one between the Nuggets. And look, I got to put the tax on there. But I got to go over in this one. Okay, here we go. I think that's it. Nothing much from you guys there. But I'm going to go over here with this matchup for sure. Finally, it's the Spurs here in the Tankathon going up against the Warriors. Spurs a big favorite here, and they probably should be able to get this number. But, so many of these big spreads today, I'll probably just go to the default total here with me and take one more under. This is, like I said, I've been trying to go over a lot of these late season games, but here Golden State's going to be in trouble, hard pressed to score. Spurs still have lots of motivation here, and that's just going to bode poorly here, actually, for the Warriors. Spurs are still 2.5 back. They've won 9 in a row. They can see the Thunder here. The Thunder may not lose this top spot. 2.5 games is going to be a lot to make up with just 5 and 6 games left for these two teams respectively. So, but they'll start here. They'll keep it going at least here, and I'm going to take the under in this one between the Spurs and the Warriors on Wednesday. Give me under 225. For the Spurs here, they are 16-23 to the under on the road, 25-32 to the under as a favorite. Golden State does trend over for the most part, except when they're an underdog, where they're 13-15 to the under. So I'm going to take the under here in this one with the Spurs and the Warriors. All right, I hope those breakdowns were okay. What can we do today with some of these games here right now? Jordy, Moneyline, Sensabaugh for score 15. And like the button says Thomas, and Jimbo says good morning to everyone. All right, we got 2 college games. Let's touch on these quickly. At the Crown tournament here in Las Vegas, we got an 8-team tournament here over the next few days, leading up to the Final Four. So Oklahoma's a 9.5-point favorite in this one. Now that does seem, man, oh boy, look at this. That's a lot of points here for a little tournament, but there's some issues here with Oklahoma actually coming into this one. Really, it's mostly on the Colorado side. They've got some real issues here actually coming into this game. For Colorado here, 3 of their top 4 scorers are gone. They've gone to the transfer portal. Oklahoma closed the season on a heater as well. So looks like the Sooners, it seems like a very popular play. I'm going to take the under, even though the Crown is an over tournament. I just think at 166, we'll see what Colorado has. I'm worried because their 3 scorers are gone from the team. Now, last year at the College Basketball Crown, the first 4 games, they had the same format, really. I think 8 teams. The first 4 games all went over. They all went over. Each team averaged 78 points in the first 4 games of the tournament. Only 4 games out of the 15 at the college basketball crown did the winning team score less than 80 points. So I think there's less teams this year, though. Uh, uh, First round overs were 5-3, I think. But again, we're only looking at the tournament here with 8 teams this time around. So see what you have here, though, in the college basketball crown. I'm going to take the under, though, in this one at 166 just because Colorado lost their top scorers here to the transfer portal before this tournament. Oklahoma is a very popular play among public handicappers today, and I don't disagree with them. I think Oklahoma probably crushes Colorado here, but it's just such a popular play. I'll play the total as my play just to be different because all we've seen all I've seen are video after video of take Colorado, take Colorado. Take Oklahoma, take Oklahoma. So, okay, here we go. Colorado, Oklahoma. Dimitri says over, over, over. Thomas is on OU, and Robert's got the Sooners here as well. I think everybody's on the Sooners. I'm surprised it's not actually gone up here at all. In fact, if anything, it's gone down a little bit. Bet Online's at 10, Circa's at 9. Give me the under. Now, game 2 of the college basketball crown, I'll definitely adhere to what we've seen at this event in the past, and that's all pretty much overs here. Yes, went under in that first game just because the big total, though. At 148, I'm willing to go over here with Baylor and Minnesota in this one tonight. Game 2 here at the college basketball crown. So give me the over here. Both teams have been alternating wins and losses here of late. It's Baylor, though, that really has me interested in the over. Baylor's 12-4 to the over as a favorite this season. So go ahead and give me the over in this one, Baylor and Minnesota here on Wednesday at the college basketball crown. All right, nobody really reacted too much to that one. I've got three games in the NHL to discuss. We may have had Steve said Baylor. Steve went with Baylor in game 2 there. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Give one more second here, see if anybody might have caught some people by surprise there with the college basketball crown. But like I said, we do have that tournament here. By the way, at the college basketball crown, there are 2 more games tomorrow. It will be let me make sure I get these straight here. I have to look this up here real quick. Okay. Here we go. Tomorrow, Stanford, a 1-point favorite over West Virginia, and New Mexico, a 4-point favorite over Tulsa tomorrow. So, and then of course also, I believe the NIT continues. Okay. Robert went with Baylor. Thank you, Robert. Okay, I'm ready to go here to hockey, and then the show will be over today. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We're just about 40 minutes away from a great show here from the guys. When they'll do the baseball show coming up here in just a moment with Mikey and Sharky coming up here in 40 minutes. They'll preview the baseball action today here on the Sports Money Network, and that's going to be awesome because we're just getting ready here actually for the show, and all the games will be starting. So it'd be real fun and interesting to see the guys talking about it in this fashion with the games, just getting underway right when they're on the air. So that's gonna be real cool. Okay, here we go. Hockey here tonight. Won't be long on this one either because look at this one. Uh, Here's Colorado. 420. Colorado here by 420. Now they might be 425, but I just did that. 450 at Bet Online, 435 at Vancouver, but it is what it is, right? I will say this though about this now is I will say I'm going to tell you right now I'm going to take Colorado here on the puck line. Seems easy enough against the worst team in the league in Vancouver, but I want to add this kind of context to it. Uh, uh, Colorado here, teams at minus 400 or better over the last 3 seasons are 57-5 straight up and 39-23 on the puck line. Now, to be fair, the puck line here, I believe, is $1.75. So, yeah, it sounds like a good record, right? 39-23. But if you put it up in context against a minus 175, that might be just barely over a break-even proposition. Still, doesn't maybe make up for the fact that maybe some of those games weren't exactly lopsided games like this one. So, I'd probably just take Colorado here, minus $1.75, $1.80 on the puck line here in this one. And hopefully that makes sense for everybody. I mean, first of all, they always win the game, right? But certainly also could be considered here just because of the puck line, always kind of a win too. Vancouver's lost 6 in a row and 12 of their last 13. Colorado has actually went 1-4 in their last 5 games at home for a little bit of a red flag, but total is leaning to the under here between these two teams. Vancouver, they've just been in a collapse anyways. So it's a bad team on the road and having a losing streak. Vancouver, not very competitive right now away from home either. It's easy to say when a team is just losing, but look at the scores on the road here. 4-2 at Vegas, 7-2 at Calgary here. This is the third game of the road trip. So I'm going to take Colorado here on the puck line, even at minus $1.80. What am I going to do? Take the total under? No, not right now. Give me the Colorado Avalanche. Jordy's going to take that minus 440 here. Colorado for Public Enemy on the puck line. Cash Kane says Canucks might steal this one. Yeah, they got a gun. Avalanche team total over 3.5 Avalanche in regulation, says Philly Eagle Flyer. And next up, the Blues are at the Kings here tonight. Man, I got some real problems with this Kings team right now. And are they going to miss the playoffs? Right now, they're in. 1 point behind Nashville. My bad. And that's going to be hard enough. Now, Nashville's lost 3 in a row. I thought they were tied, but 1 point behind them here. But the Kings do have 1 game in hand. So maybe they can get to overtime here at least and lose again and get 1 point. Maybe they can get the win and move ahead here. But I think the Blues are the team they're obviously playing hotter, even though the Blues just lost last game to San Jose. They were hot before that. They were on a winning streak, and the Kings have just continued to look worse and worse. Blues have won 4 of their last 5. Kings have lost 5 of their last 6. Both teams trending heavy to the under right now. In general, St. Louis 19-29 to the under. I'd probably look to the under, but I think here the Kings can be strong at home, but not this year. They've had just a 10-17 record at home. Blues are just 13-19 on the road, but I think the Kings' recent drop-off in the consistent under environment means this will be a tight game. I think that favors the Blues here to get the real steal here, and I'm going to take the Blues here to win against my Kings right now. Not a great time to be playing poorly if you're the Kings. I think the closely rated game, the momentum for St. Louis here, the Kings drop off, and if it is kind of an under environment here tonight, I think that suggests a lower scoring game is going to help the Blues here in this one. So now the head-to-head does favor the Kings, but again, the Kings are struggling here big time. So give me the Blues in this one. I'll take the Blues on the road. Come on, Kings. I mean, I don't want to not have them in the playoffs, but Kane says the Avs don't. Yeah, McCarr out here. Just announced today he's going to be out here. It looks like for an extended period of time. But the Vancouver Canucks are the worst team in the league. Robert here's on the under. Public Enemies on the Blues money line, and so is Jordy. Thank you, guys. Awesome. All right, we're just 30 minutes away from bases loaded here with the guys, so let's wrap it up here. We've got one more here, the Ducks and the Sharks, the last game of the night here. Ducks on the road here in this one. Now, the Sharks still alive on 75 points, 2 points behind Nashville, but again, you have now they have 2 games in hand here. Actually, they're on 72 games. Nashville's played 74. So, the Jets have played 74. The Kings have played 73. So San Jose's in a kind of an interesting position here if they can get this win. It's just that the Ducks here right now, they're not playing as hot as they were, but still in first place, and I'm sure they want to get first place. They've lost 2 in a row. The Sharks have won 2 in a row. Ducks with losses to Toronto and Edmonton. The Sharks with wins over Columbus and St. Louis here, but I don't know. I kind of like the Ducks. They're 6-1 in their last 7 against San Jose, 4-1 on the road against them. Sharks have lost 6 of 8 here right now. The series has been an under for sure, and they did meet back. Sharks finally won one against them. It's been a domination by Atlanta, but Sharks won the last one in December. Still, though, it's been an all Anaheim series here for the last couple of seasons coming in. So for the Sharks here, or I should say for the Sharks here, just 2-6 in their last 8. Like I said, they've gone over in 10 of 14 against Anaheim. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two here in San Jose have gone over as well. Although the Sharks have gone under in 4 of their last 5 coming in. They are here a little bit of a under team this season, but Anaheim 21-17 to the over on the road, 17-8 to the over as a favorite here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Ducks here in this one on the road, and give me the Ducks tonight. Public Enemies on the over, Robert's on the Ducks, and Robert Dixon's here. That's when I know the world is right, when Robert shows up. Jordy's on the Ducks. That would be used to call a consensus here in this game. So, all right, I guess that's it for the morning steam. Oh, man. That's okay. Stay tuned right here on the Sports Money Network for Bases Loaded. The guys have you covered. They'll be going over the baseball card here in real time. Hey, a little bit of breaking news here right now. We got to get to this one for sure. We're going to see some movement here, but Joel Embiid will be out today, and we're seeing the line move here right now big time. Down to 13 here all of a sudden. Look, I'm already on the Sixers. Maybe you can give me a little bit of credit and let me take the Sixers here, minus 13. Haven't bet it yet, but it was, like I said, it started 16, went down to 15. Now Embiid is out with an illness, according to reports, and the spread is down to 13. Also, the Bulls and the Pacers game is moving big time here. Josh Giddey is questionable with a hamstring. I don't like his chances to make this lineup. It was 4.5, but we're going to see a reissuance of the line here. It's probably going to be 2 when it comes back up there for the Bulls, because Giddey, questionable now, but I'm going to say likely to miss here today for Josh Giddey against the Pacers. All right, and that's going to do it here, as I said, for the morning steam. And let's see here. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Ducks. Johnny Walker on the Ducks here, looks like. All right, do we got it all covered here on the morning steam show? Let me make sure here. Okay, I guess that is it. Let's go here. I think do we have the drawing? Do we have the drawing? Did I forget to program the drawing? No, we got it in there. It's only 14. Is that right? All right. Hey, use the promo code LIVE today. We're just going to end the show, I think. Let me hear from Mikey Money, but use the promo code LIVE today for anybody that wants one free week of the picks with me. That's LIVE. Get a free subscription to my plays over at winnable.com. I only see 14 names in there. Something's wrong today. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. Go to winnable.com/Ramon. If you want to buy now, use the promo code STEAM, but use the promo code LIVE if you want one free week. We did not cover the Tiger Woods story here today, but he is not going to play in the Masters or for a while. He's going to try to get his stuff together. I'm not cutting Tiger any slack, but the thing is, Tiger wants to play more golf, right? But he has to take the medications. He says everything's good, but imagine that when he does say that, usually he's probably on the perk. So just sucks there for Tiger, and he's going to take a step back here right now. Dating, I don't know. It's kind of pseudo Trump, right? Because he's dating someone named Trump, even though they were married. That's their married name, but. Thanks everyone in the chat. Use the promo code LIVE. Here, let's hear from Mikey, and then we'll get out of here.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, that's going to do it for the show. Just stick around here 20 minutes. Sharky, Mikey, they're going to go through all the games today in the major leagues. We've got a great schedule of games here, a full 15-game schedule today with all those day games, basically 13-day games. So it should be awesome to hear from those guys, get the picks today. Hope you had a great time with me here. Hope we're going to bring some winners home for sure. So make sure you signed up with me over there on Winnable. That's going to do it. Here for the morning steam, make sure please stick around for the guys here in short order, and that's it. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.